I do. Back again for part 2. You missed part 0, which I did a couple of days offline. I do. Back again for part 2. So let's put that over there. Welcome back for part 2. I don't know whether this will be interesting to anyone or not, but we'll do it anyway. If it's no good. Yeah. Let's see, my camera needs a clean, but anyway. Right, got the cat here today. Hello, cat. I've just come back off a breakdown and doing some chores for work. I'm back on it now. Am I streaming? Yeah, I'm streaming. Right, okay. Right, we'll get back onto it. Here we go. Alright, so we're back onto the functional block diagram. I'm going to keep my gear on because you never know if I've got to go on a breakdown again. So let's let the cat out because the cat's going mad. Go on then. Right, let's get back onto it. Right, so where did we get to? Right, we got a partial working system. The basic logic's there. Let's just go through it now. So do simulation and run. So we power on the module, or put it into run mode. We've got the FLT light on red at the minute. We want the pedestrian traffic light on red as well, but we haven't wired anything up yet for that. We've got some more logic to put into it. We've got barrier open and closed, so we've got to include that into there. Let's just go through what we've got so far. Right, so I'm going to we've got a set flag on the stop for red traffic light, so nobody can use the system. So we go on to satisfy some criteria, safe area laser, actually, and ped gate shut, ped gate 1 shut, ped gate 2 shut. So we ought to draw something really. We ought to draw something. I haven't got time to draw anything. I got the one we did earlier. Hang on. Let's just go back over to it. Right. This is what we've got so far. We've got a walkway in front of a forklift truck entrance and a pedestrian crossing going across the front of a forklift truck. So the normal, hang on. Why have I got my UPass logo? Hang on. Get rid of that. That's because I switched it off on the other screen. So we've got a bit of a walkway, and we're going to go. Basically, got to cross. The default setting is for the forklift truck to be able to go in and out of a rapid roll door or a doorway unfettered, and there'll be a pedestrian crossing with 2 automatic barriers that are down. No, up, sorry, default to being up, but the gates, they've got gates across the start of the pedestrian walkway, and at the end it's bi-directional. There'll be a button on each side of the walkway. When your pedestrian wants to cross, the 2 gates will be shut and locked. You have to press a button to start the pedestrian sequence. No, it's a request to start the sequence. You don't get to start the sequence until all the criteria is satisfied. Anyway, that's it. So we'll just carry on with that for now. Right, so we've got FLT green. Hang on, you can't see it. Let's switch back as we go over to it. FLT green traffic light. That's active at the minute. It's lit. We've got a FLT sequence active, and we've got the FLT sequence output active. So we enable open signals at the rapid roll door. The open signals are enabled, so when the forklift drives up to the free exit loop or the activation loop, it allows the signal to go through to the controls that opens the door. And also that's linked in with a green traffic light. So your green traffic light, whenever that's on green, you know your open signal is active as well. So it acts as acts for the forklift truck driver to know when it is green to carry on, but it also doubles up as to know whenever that is active or green, your open signals or activation are enabled at the same time. So as long as you know that's active, you're going to get that active as well. Right, okay. Now we have got a red and green traffic light FLT output on a PLC or a smart relay. We need to wire that up to there as well, because that will be a separate output and that will be a separate output. So as long as we've got the indicator going on there at the minute, we can sort out the final outputs at near the end. Right, so we are in a state where, let's see what happens if we got a pedestrian gate monitored maglock and so another one to in and out. If the maglock isn't quite locked properly, or somebody kicks it or barges through, or it's faulty or something like that, these will click off, and there'll be a flag that gets remembered. Alright, so we put them back to normal state, so even if they're intermittent, it'll take off straight away. The system will switch straight to red. It shouldn't be a normal state, but it's just in case there's a fault with the locks. We want a pedestrian safety overrides everything else. The last thing we want is put people in harm's way. So okay, so your pedestrian area, you've got your safe area laser. So this is like a magic carpet floating throughout the area of pedestrians and also through the area of passage of forklift trucks. So it doubles up 2 actions, that is. Okay, so we're on this one. We've activated a trigger that's cancelled out all operation. The only way to get that back is to press, at the minute you press this sequence here, which is request to cross for the pedestrian. Now that won't go through until the FLT door is shut. You've got a request going on, but it hasn't changed from FLT at the minute. So we need to shut the door and clear the area loop. And then the request procedure for the pedestrian area to be crossing will time out, and pedestrian sequence is active now. So you're still on red from the trigger over here when you broke through. Anyway, still on red, so your pedestrian sequence. So what you do then, we need to, from that, when that becomes active, we need to unlock both these magnet doors, these maglocks. So we need to output, when that becomes active, it needs to output. At the minute, we're not undoing the lock, which we need to do, but we can. This is the contact. So we open the gate, we walk through. As soon as we walk past the start of the gate, we enter the safe area on the laser scanner, magic carpet. We're in that area there. The gate can be shut or just left there. We've got 3 flags that get raised and they persist. And what we're looking for is the person to have gone through a gate, gone into the safe area. It's triggered another flag for the safe area entered and left. Well, entered. So I should change that so the safe area has been entered. It's remembered it. Because we're looking at this sequence, you can't go from one side of the gate to the other without interrupting the safe area. So we're tracking the safe area as well. And once we've got through the safe area, gate will close. We need to open another gate, leave the safe area and close the final gate. It doesn't matter which way around you close the gate, but all three criteria are satisfied, which allows the procedure to end, the pedestrian sequence to end, and then it will resume back to the FLT sequence, which it has done. Now you're on green and your open signals enabled on your door for your truck to pass through. So the truck drives through and it'll the FLT, well, no, that enables the open signal or the activation. The door will open. Doesn't wait for the door to be open. You're only interested for pedestrian safety when the door is shut. So we don't have to monitor the door being opened. We just need to know that it's not shut. Once that's broke, it means it's not shut. Then we need to, the forklift will drive onto a safety loop, and it'll also brake the area or brake the area for the laser scanner. Now the door might then shut and the safety loop might return to normal once he leaves the loop. And once the truck has left the safe area, it'll be that again, but it stays where it is. You're still in FLT active sequence, still on green. Nobody's requested to shut down and swap the sequence to pedestrian. So then the FLT can come back through, it'll hit the safe area, it'll hit the safety loop or the activation loop, and then the door will open, so you get the open signal, goes through, this area's there cleared, that area's cleared, and the door will return back to shut, just like that, and still the traffic light is on green. Now I need to ask someone a question whether that probably only needs to change green when it's fully open. So that might be a problem, because that was designed there to tell you when it's in normal use the door will be down, but that will be on green, because I don't know when I know when the door's down, yeah, I don't know when it's fully open. So we need to ask a question about that. Right, I'm going to go ahead and ask that question now. So have an interim for a few minutes, see if I can get hold of someone to answer that question. Back in a bit. Right, we're back. I couldn't get a response, so right, so we might have to include for that then, which we're trying to make do with less wires. So it looks like we're going to need to know when unless that traffic light is just to tell when it's okay to proceed. We don't want the truck driver to drive through a door that's down. Anyway, we'll ask the question about that shortly. I should write that down really, but anyway. Right, so welcome to a bit of a change in the stream. We're just working on a smart relay, trying to program some safety logic. We've got a set of various devices going in. We've got an automatic door, forklift truck to go through. It's a rapid roll door. Then they're going to go in and out of this door and open it, and they're going across a pedestrian walkway. The pedestrian walkway is press a button and the you get a request to the system to go through. That goes on to the logic, and it's a request, and if it's able to, according to lots of criteria, it will disable the ability for a forklift to open the door. It checks to see whether certain safety areas are clear, and it will swap the sequence over to let the pedestrians through. Anyway, I'll carry on with it for now. Right, so FLT sequence there. We're on green. We triggered a thing. Yeah, it's gone over to the error, so we then put a flag in. As long as everything's good, it will swap over. And we're on red, and we're able to, yeah. Now that sequence, we need to go through that sequence again. So we go through a gate, go through a safety area, go through another gate, and that will initiate the swap over a sequence, end of pedestrian. They've traversed through. Now we do need to do some tests to see what happens when it starts traversing through, so we'll do that now. So we're on FLT, we'll put the request in. It'll swap over. So it's swapping over. Okay, so we'll come in and we'll break the connections and we'll come out. Now, while it's counting down, it's already switched it off. Has it cancelled it out? Yes, it has cancelled it out. And is it resuming? It's resuming, yeah, once the gate is shut. Okay, as long as the criteria is met. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, I need to do a bit more now. So we've got two barrier close signals, and we get a signal off it to tell us excuse me, I've just been out in the freezing. Right, we need a signal to tell us when the barrier is closed. Alright, so yes, we need to close the barrier. These are the barrier. We've got barrier open. Yeah, we need to know when the barrier has to be closed for the walkway, the active sequence. Okay, so we've got a lot of sequence go. The gates are shut, the barriers are closed. So we need to incorporate that into our logic. The barriers have to be closed, the pedestrian gates have to be shut. So let's simulate it again. Excuse me. Right, here we go. Right, so we're going over to this FLT sequence becomes active. It's active now. Yep. So we want to swap over. We want to remember this flag, but it can only go through if these both barriers are down, both gates are shut. Then we need to re-trigger the sequence. Let's see if we can re-trigger that sequence. So we swap sequence. If I do that, what happens? Cancels out the sequence. No, it doesn't. That's fine. And have we swapped over to pedestrian sequence? Yes, we have. So that's fine. That doesn't interrupt the sequence. And then we break that all three and we're clear. And if we interrupt one, it cancels it out. So well, we're on FLT sequence. Right, so let's go back to back one. Right, so I got the pedestrian sequence active in a minute. Now it's active. Then we go, we activate the sequence. It's counting down and we interrupt the sequence. Does it hold it off? Yes, it does. So it holds it off and close it and it carries on, and it holds it off and it carries on, and it holds it off and carries on. Okay, so it should just carry on counting. Right, what we in? Oh, we're in FLT sequence now. Now I either missed too slow or I let it carry on. Let's try again. Right, so we're in the sequence. Right, FLT sequence we're in. No, what's gone wrong here? Let's have a look. So we're not in any sequence at all, so we're on red. We're probably in error, so we need to clear the error. No. What's it waiting for? Walkway was traversed. Yes. We've got a flag output here. And we're waiting on something. What are we waiting on? Are we in a stuck state? Are we in a stuck state? So we've got the FLT red. So nobody can move. We've got a request going on. The walkway was traversed. There we are. So we just need to open and close the gate. Finish the sequence off. But we weren't in the PED sequence. Right, so the PED sequence isn't initializing. That's not good. That means we're in a stuck state. I don't want to be in a stuck state. So requesting the sequence to be swapped over. We're in a stuck state. So go like that, like that, like that, like that. It's not allowing it to be stuck state. We're in a stuck state. So we're getting a constant signal here. We've got a constant set bit. We're getting a reset on that. So why have we got that state? A constant signal we got going on here. Alright. So we're getting a constant. Got the OR going on here, going back to reset itself. That's weird. Why is that resetting itself? Something's happened here, so let's stop it. Start again. Need to find out. We've got a locked up state. We don't never want a locked up state. Right, let's try again. So initiate the sequence. Right, so we're on traffic light sequence. FLT is active. Okay, so we want to give it a seat, make them down. Right, so we swapped over this time. We're swapped over, and pedestrian sequence is active. This is not being reset, so that's okay. So we go through the sequence. End of sequence. Back to FLT. And so what did we do so wrong to put it in a state? So we do that. Okay, we've got it there. So we do request, we go like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Give it a state there. So we count it down. We're in a stuck state again. We're in FLT error state. So we've got a permanent signal coming in off here, which is not getting reset by this output. Right. So we can't initiate we're already on a stuck state here. It's already waiting to swap over. It's already timed out, but it can't do it because whatever criteria. Let's break these. This won't make any difference. No, that's making no difference. Oh, it's counting down again, but it still can't switch because of this. Right. So this is holding us off, this output. Yeah, this is one is, so what's holding us? That's being reset. That's an output. Those are inputs. So the output is this flag here. It's not getting reset. So if I press that, now it's reset. So we need to get a reset off this, but that can't output to reset it. It's got permanent set on it. Alright, so we can start the sequence off again. So we've got to sort that out. Alright, so our pedestrian sequence. Alright, so we're in a stuck state again. We've got our request. We're not in our pedestrian active sequence. Right, so we've got a stuck state going on here. Yeah, while this is on, it's never going to stop. So that needs to be reset from this output, or right, so yeah, we need to reset from something. So we need to approach drawing saw. Right. Let's try again. So we need to reset this. So that one's not getting reset. So this is a problem here. So we're using this. Are we using this for anything? I'm not sure we're using that for anything. Let's stop it a minute. Right, so we've got that going up to this, which sets this bit. And that's set if that gets reset, if that outputs. We can never get reset. Right, so this is causing us a bit of grief. So that's the Boolean FLT sequence on. We've got two actives. We don't want two actives. Right. So we need to reset this. That needs to get a reset from whenever the FLT sequence that needs to maintain a reset. Whenever the FLT sequence, whenever this is active, it needs to keep it reset. Let's try and have a look again. Right. So we're in FLT mode. We're getting a permanent reset down here. Maybe that needs to be a pulse instead of a permanent reset. That could do it, yeah. Let's try that. Let's put a pulse on it. Right, here we go. So we want a pulse on this. So we'll delete it, put a pulse on it. So go out there to there, from there to there. Let's put a pulse on it. And we want a pulse that goes from off to on. It goes from off to on. Right, let's try that. Okay, so we'll go and switch over to traffic light, FLT mode. So we go that, and that, that, and that. It shouldn't do anything. We do that, shouldn't do anything. We request to passage. It should switch over. Which resets the system. We're on pedestrian. So we're on pedestrian, and we juggle the gate open, break the safety, close the gate, open the other gate, and we do a sequence changeover back to FLT again. Yeah, that looks okay. FLT sequence active, right. So now we do, what do we do now? Right, we test it again. So we're in, now if we break any of these, we trigger a state where it stays triggered. It holds off, this flag stays active to say there's been an error, someone's forced a gate, changes immediately to that mode. No amount of swapping these will alter the fact that it flags on. Yeah, so we put a open request in, or a crossing, and it times out, and it should swap the sequence. No, it's not swapped to sequence. We're stuck on again here. So, right, well, we're still stuck on, but right, so the output's stuck on. Oh, that output isn't on, but we've managed to get right, so we're still stuck here. And we're not swapped over to, so we're on FLT is off. We're not on pedestrian, we've got a request in, nothing's happening. So no amount of swapping this will change anything. So we've still got the locked up state from a different angle now. It's trying to swap over, but it won't, because this is still, yeah, this is still active. Now it's getting its signal from, is it getting a permanent signal from something? No, it isn't. It's coming out of this output, so we're not getting we're not switching off. So yeah, we're not switching off, we're not getting the pulse out of this. So are we stuck again? Yeah, that flag is stuck. None of this will make a difference. Start it counting again, but it won't be able to switch because we haven't reset our sequence flag. So we need to, we're in a stuck state again. So what we need to do is somehow decide on which is gonna, we've got one a bit area to reset. We need another way to reset this. So to reset this flag, if you press the button again, yeah, so we could do it off that one. We're already going over to here with it. So we'll take a signal off there, put it through an OR gate. No, put it through an OR gate. So let's put an OR gate on. Right, so we've got the sequence here. We need to lose that sequence there. We need to put an OR gate on here. Right, so we're going to put an OR gate. Don't know where we're going to put that OR gate. Put it there. So, oh, yeah, to there. So we want there, and then we need an output from here into there. And we also need one off the button, off this flag, into there. What's that like? Right. Okay, that's a bit. Let's go down here. No. Let's join up with something else. Right. Okay, so we've got it there. It's a bit of a mess there where it is there. Alright, so I need to alter this because I don't like to see stuff that looks weird. Right, let's get this over here. Oh. Right, okay, so yeah, we've got some. You have to juggle them around to try not to overlap them so you can follow the circuit. Right, we've still got a bit of overlap going on here. No, we haven't. Okay. So, oh, that's overlapping with that one. Right, we need that there. This is the problem with this program. It does this kind of stuff. Right. Okay. So we've got two ways to reset this circuit now. Let's try it again. Go into simulation. Right. So we're okay here. We're switching over to it's timed out. We're waiting for these criteria to be satisfied, and it should switch over. Yes, it has. FLT sequence is active. Right. So we'll initiate a pedestrian sequence. Right, switched over pedestrian. Switched off the other one. We're on red. Okay, so that's okay there. So we'll initially go through the gate, break the safety area, shut a gate, open another gate, clear the safety area, and shut a gate. Okay, so then we're starting the FLT sequence again. And let's try and upset it. Let's force a gate. So we forced it, but yeah, we've set the flag. It's took it immediately off FLT mode. We forced a gate. We're outputting here. We've got a reset signal up there. Right, so we need to now to return back to normal operation. Let's just set all this up. Right, so we've got a permanent output there now for some reason. Right, so we're getting the signal off this and also off just that at the minute. Right, can we reset it by just giving it initiate? So we do all this and that's going to stay there. And we click a pulse on and it's going to count down. And is it going to swap over or is it going to make us stick? No, we're stuck still. Still stuck with this on. So we've got a red traffic light, so we're not letting traffic through. We're not initiating a pedestrian sequence. We're not on an active sequence. So we're just in a stuck state till it's waiting for this reset. And the only way we'll get a reset is come up to there. Right, so we've got that on. We're stuck on there on a flag. And we can't do anything with it. So the flag is already on. It's already given us our pulse. We need a reset off it. So we're not going to get a reset off it. If I give it a pulse, we've got our reset now. But once that's clear, we should be able to do start our pedestrian. As soon as that cleared, the pedestrian sequence went to active because it already timed out. So close the gates. Right, should go back to FLT sequence now, which it has. Right, so we're on FLT sequence. Now that's stuck there, so right. I don't know whether to take that off the bit. Let's do that. Let's take that sequence off this one. Right, and we're going to take it straight from the button to there. Right, so it's not really showing up nice, is it? Okay, I'll do that. Right, so let's try that. Okay, so triggering this should give us a pulse. Yeah, it should give us a reset pulse. Always. Right, so we're on our FLT sequence. No, we're not. Let's shut the gates and initiate this sequence. Right, why is he not getting a sequence now? We're on a stuck state. We're doing nothing. Alright, okay. Alright, what have I done wrong here? Okay. Is it going to switch? Yeah. So it switched over once the door was shut. Okay. I will break a sequence, so that'll take it straight out, force the gate. Ped sequence is active. Okay. So back onto FLT sequence. So we initialize one of them. We've swapped over. We're on ped sequence, so we go through, break the safety area, close the gate, open the other gate, clear the area. Alright, so we're going back over to this one. And we're counting down. Yeah, we're on FLT. Right, okay. Let's try and get into a stuck state again. Right, so we're on FLT. So if I break that, it'll go straight back and it locks these up. And we go over to request change. Alright, it's going to count down and it's going to switch the state. Has it switched it? No. Oh, we're in ped sequence active. So we open the gate. We go back to that. Yeah, we're on there. We break that, that's fine. We do that, that's fine. We do that, that's fine. Somebody forces a gate. Yeah, it goes straight over to that. So we're stuck in that state until somebody presses the button. Okay, we're on this state, so that's fine. So we open the area and we end the sequence. If we hit it again quickly, it goes straight back over to we're in FLC sequence mode. So we're stuck there on red. Swapped over, go in gate. Hold that off, yeah. We shut it. Okay, so the normal sequence is working. Okay, so I don't think I got locked up. Right, so we need to incorporate some of this now. Right, so we need to carry on incorporating that. Alright, so we're going through a sequence we shouldn't be going through until we've looked at this. The barriers need to be closed. So the sequence here can't activate. We haven't done anything with the traffic lights yet, or the lock on the pedestrian gate. So we need to streaming okay. Got an hour into it. Right, so we need to make sure that at the minute we haven't undone the pedestrian gates. We haven't switched or just gone into pedestrian gate sequence and back out the sequence when we've gone through the gates. But in reality, you won't be able to go through the gates till they've been unlocked. So we've proved the sequence works, but we now need to, once the pedestrian sequence is active, can the sequence become active without the barriers being closed? Not really. Let's see if these become active. Let's try this. Let's watch this area here. Alright, so this area, so we're on, let's give it a signal. This becomes active. Right, as soon as that becomes active, yeah, active, but it hasn't released, hasn't done anything, but we need to look at these two. So their gates don't need to be shut for it to come active, but they need to be shut for the forklift truck sequence to become active. Now these need to be down before it will release. Yeah, can't switch the traffic light mode over till these are done. So that needs to be on. These needs to be down. So we need a bit of a boolean now going on. We need to make sure that's active. And the ped sequence hasn't ended. And these need to be down. So we need to take that over. So they definitely got to be down before the sequence. Now is it because before the sequence becomes active or closed? Yeah, so it can't become active till they're down. Right, okay, let's do that then. So we're looking at the gates have to be shut, not necessarily. So let's see what this one is. On, it all has to be on. So you have to have your sequence active. Your ped gate sequence has to be ended. Oh, well, I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. So all three have to be there, and that has to be, that's ordered with an output or one of them. I've got here. Right. So we've got that. We're already coming out of that to start a FLT sequence. Let's cycle through it, see what. Right, so we're all on here. We need a request on here, which we've got all four active now. So we've got an AND gate here, so that and this one will trigger the relay. Okay, so and the way you get that is by that. So you've got that, and it'll activate this sequence, which triggers the FLT mode. Now to come out of this, to activate ped sequence, no, we're in FLT mode. So we need to request passage. So it's counting down. So we've got passage. So once we've got a request on it, it sets the flag. Need to take into account these two here. Right, so we need to, let's go through it one more time. So request, oh, it's already in that mode, which counts down again. So go through the system and it'll reset it. Alright, so we're stuck in a stuck mode now, aren't we? Right. So we're in ped sequence, so ped sequence ends. We're stuck again, aren't we? Are we stuck? Request flag is on. I think we're stuck again. Yeah. We're in ped mode. So we're in that mode, so let's go through the sequence. It should go back to forklift truck mode. No. It's not going back to forklift truck mode. Why no? Because this is still triggered. Still active. from doing this one. So we go again. We're straight into PED sequence active. That's something wrong here. What did we do? We put an OR in. I need to rethink some of this. Sometimes we have to break it to fix it. Break it a bit to fix it. Right, so what did I do last? Let's try and get my head around this again. Right, let's try it again. Right, so you've got conditions. So that should switch to FLT mode. Yes. And then put a request in. It swaps over. Swaps over to PED mode. You go through gates. And it finishes the sequence and it goes back to FLT mode. Yes, it does. Okay. So FLT is active. Request again. Go through a second time. Yeah, PED active. That's right. So go through the gate again. Ends the sequence. FLT mode, yeah. Now, so where was the problem? Why was I facing a problem? It's where I trigger this in it. So we've got green mode, someone forces a gate. So we've got a forced gate, so we're set there, so we need to get that back out of that mode. So press the pedestrian button. Right, we're in sequence still. So go through the sequence. Yeah. So it's working now, but what did I do wrong? Did something wrong. So we need a real one. So we're active. Anyway, let's carry on putting some stuff on here. Right, so we've got these two here, which we need to, we can either take them and the pedestrian sequence active, or we could include that now. Alright, so let's just take that then. Let's do that, a boolean. Let's put a boolean up there. Alright, so we'll put a boolean and we're going to take, the first one we're going to take is the pedestrian sequence active into there. And we can hook up with something we've already done, can we? No, it's there, all the way down to there. Oh, that's me. Right, so I need to hook up with that. Okay, we can do that. Right, so we got that. we need to take one of these over to there, and one of them over to there. Now we've totally obliterated the screen. Alright, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Okay. I could probably do that over here. Put that over there. And okay, so we've got that there. Right, I seem to have a bit of a weird glitch here. This is the programming interface, not very good. Right, so we've got that. So in order for the sequence to be unlocked, pedestrian seek has to be active and both barriers have to be closed. Right, okay. So is there any other criteria? And FLT sequence has to be, yeah, we can go with that, like, go with that so far. Right, so just go on to 3, all on. And the output, let's say we're going to switch to okay, we'll switch the green on. So switch the green on there. Okay, we can go up a bit. Okay, so we're on there. So the green traffic light. And we need to toggle the red one off. So we need to do an inverted output there. So this is on. Similar to that. We'll leave it like that for now. Okay. Alright, let's just try something. So we're on FLT mode. We'll initiate a sequence. Alright, we're on pedestrian. Right, we've got pedestrian, but we're gates, barriers have to be down. Right, so this is going to be a bit weird, isn't it? Right. So at the minute I can do that, open the gates and that, but the gate isn't unlocked until these are down. Right, so let's close these. So we're on green. So, and then we can unlock a, but we need that to be the opposite. Sort the traffic light out. So this one is inverted to that one. When that output, yeah, goes inverted to that one. Right, okay. Right, so I need to, okay, let's just put inverter in. Right, so we're going to invert, yeah, this output to the red. Alright, so okay, we need to get rid of that then. I need an org. Oh, we've got an org gate on that, so that needs to go up to there. Right. Let's try that. So we've got red traffic lights on initial startup. It's counting down. We're gonna get a green light still on red. Okay, and we give it a start. So now we've got an inverted output there, and it stopped me from giving my 2 flashes. Right, so that ain't gonna work like that. That's off. I need 2 flashes. So that needs, is that an or is that an and? Yeah, that flashes, but that's holding it on already. Okay. So I need to override the signal. I need to break this signal. So if that outputs, I need to get that to go straight to it. Oh, your eyes are going. Right. Yes, I need that to go to it still, but to be able to flash. So I could come to this side and see what happens, but then that'll be on green and red at the same time. No, I don't want that. Yeah, but I still need to override this one with a flash. I need to break that then. That's a bit awkward. Right, so I don't know how to achieve that at the minute. Oh no, they're not closed. They're open. Right, so we request passage. No, I got 2 flashes, but it didn't come through. So what we need to do is break the signal. How do we break the signal? Right, so we need a Boolean there. So let's have a Boolean then. Right, let's take that away. Put the Boolean instead. Get rid of the block numbers. That one comes into there. That one goes up to there. That one goes to there. Right. So we need to say to it that output is red unless, yeah. On and off. So that's off. It's still red. But if, yeah, that pulses. I forgot how you do this now. Oh, there's something called an exclusive something or other. XOR. Right, I think that's the one. Let's try that one. Let's get rid of that bool a minute. Put that in its place. Oops. Yeah, not sure if that's the one, but we'll give it a go. Right, let's try that. Exclusive OR. So we got that one there. Run it. Put the criteria on. Okay, so we're on red. This will switch over to traffic light. This is on red. We give a sequence. Oh, we got our 2 flashes even now. And still on red at the minute. And we've switched over. We've switched over, but oh, the barriers are down, up, so we need to bring them down. And we go to green. Right, now what happens if we press this again? We still get acknowledged the 2 flashes. Okay, that's alright, I can live with that. We're on green. So we open to our sequence here, which initiates our FLT sequence. Alright, now we seem to be stuck again. We're stuck on yeah, we've not gone into that mode. Right, so we've not gone over there. Right, not sure whether we've got to go there, there or there. No, let's give it another sequence. It's counting down. Ah, it switched this time. So it's switched. Let's go through the sequence. Alright. So that's switched over. Yeah, it's gone back to FLT. Gone back to FLT. Alright, so we give it a sequence. Get your 2 flashes even now. Right, we're over to that one. We've switched over. And what happens if we do that? If one of the barriers is open, it goes back onto red straight away. Okay. Let's give it its sequence to finish it off. It's going to switch back to FLT. Yeah. So we're back on FLT. Right, so we're on red. We force the gate open. It's stuck on that. Now we need to force the gate open. We forced. We give it a pulse. Get acknowledgement. It counts down. Will it switch? Yeah, it's switched. Okay. Alright, that's only switched if that's on. If someone breaks it, they shut it. Alright, so that's There's no flag there to do the same thing. But it won't go on to green. Anyway. Right, so we go on to, we've got our pedestrian sequence. Going back to the other sequence. Right, so it's a working partial system. We've got an FLT, so that's okay. So we need to, when this goes to green, it needs to undo the lock. The ped gate lock needs to be undone. So we can go from here. Right, let's put an OR gate. No. Right. Tell you what, let's put an OR gate. An OR gate over the lock. The gate lock. And we put that into there. Okay, so we've got an OR gate going over to the lock. So that'll be switched on. Undo the lock. And you can put some boolean on the end of it as well, just to make sure you can't get certain conditions. Right, yeah. Another half an hour, then it's time to knock off. Ugh, tired. Right. Right. So, we've got our lock. What else do we need? Right, pedestrian traffic light outputs here. We need to link up there. Okay, we can do that. So we can put the red traffic light here. Need a link over there. We need a green traffic light, which is this one here. Green traffic light there, which is off this one. Okay. Right, we need a barrier open, barrier open. Right, so when we're in FLT mode, we need to open the barriers. Okay. And as soon as we need to control it, so yeah, we need to open the barrier before we're letting the truck out, but only when the pedestrian sequence is ended. The gates are locked. We'll sort that out in a bit. Let's go through the sequence, see if we've got our traffic lights running. So we've got a red traffic light. Actually, let's link these up as well. So we've got our green traffic light. And we've got our red traffic light. Okay. It's a pity that's in the way there, isn't it? Hang on, let's bring that down a bit. Okay. Let's just space them out better. Right. Okay, so we've got our traffic lights linked up. We haven't got our barrier signals linked, but we've got our gate locks on. Right, save that. Let's go through this sequence. Okay, so we've powered it up. We're all on red to start with, that's good. We have to close the gates, test the brake safety field. It should switch over to FLT. Yeah, so it's FLT, and we've got a red, enable the open signals, and we're on a green traffic light is lit. The red one is out, so we're okay to go. Gate padlocks are off. Right, so that's not right. We need to invert that signal. So we want the gates to be locked while that's on green. Right. So it needs to be unlocked. So yeah, they're locked. Right, so we need to invert that signal there. We need to invert the lock signal. Okay. So the gates are locked. Well, they're potentially locked, but the pedestrian gates aren't shut. Now they're shut and locked. Right, so start the sequence off. So we're on green. The pedestrian gates are locked, energized. Red traffic light on pedestrian, green traffic light on forklift. FLT sequence is active. The barriers are not down. They're not down, which is right. So we need to monitor. So the barriers are not down, which is okay. But if they are down, right, so we need to, when this is enabled, the barriers need to be energized here. Both barriers need to be up. So let's sort that out now. So as soon as it's active, the barrier's open. Right, let's sort that out. Let's just stick that there. Right, and another one over there. So they're both open. Okay. Right, so we've got that there going on. So no barriers are open. They're on red. You shouldn't go through. So the barriers aren't open. Right, so we need to initialize sequence to switch over. It gives barriers open signal. Traffic light is red. The locks are energized on the gates. Traffic light is green, and the open signals enable it open for the FLT. Okay, so we go through the sequence here. Barriers are open, so we initialize a change of sequence. So we get change of sequence going on. Alright, so we're on red straight away. We've got our pedestrian sequence active. We're waiting for the barriers to shut. So the barriers shut. As soon as they shut, it switches straight to unlocks the gates, switches to green, and that's that bit done. Okay. Right. So we're on green. We open the gates, go through the safe area, close the gates, and finish it off. As soon as it goes straight to green, straight to red, and then that goes to green. The red traffic light, sorry, the barrier open signals are open. The lock gate is locked. Alright. And red traffic light is on. Green traffic light is off. The green one's on for the forklift. Okay. Right, so we're here again. Now, if we interrupt it, it goes straight to if the door if anything gets forced. We need to do the same on this really. If that gets forced, that probably needs to go through to that same latch. If these get forced when we're in PED mode, so they're going to be up anyway in that mode. So anyway, we can go a request, put a request in. Right, so we've switched over. We've got a green here because the barriers were already closed even though I didn't switch them. Right, I forgot to switch them. And as soon as you open one, it goes, waits till it closed again. Okay. It's getting close, right. So pedestrian sequence, so we open. We end the sequence, go back to FLT mode. The barriers will open and you drive on the door, safe loop, shut the door, laser area and back again, and we're in normal mode, traffic lights going through. And PED gates are locked. Yeah. Okay. FLT sequence active. We're on open signals enabled. Green traffic light. We're on a red traffic light down here. Okay, so whenever we initiate the sequence. Alright, that's output in a barriers are released, both the barriers shut. Okay. Change to green straight away. You undo, your locks are off. Go through. Ends the sequence. Switches over to FLT mode. barriers open, and initiate a sequence. Alright, so barriers aren't latched anymore, they close. And what's the exchange? Right, so to go through, closes. They open up. Then lock is off. On traffic lights, yeah, good. And then we initiate the sequence. Right, that closes, that closes. We can't open the gate yet. Now we can open the gate, so we open the gate. Close the gate. Goes back to that sequence. Yeah, back to there. The gate is locked. Barriers are down. No, can't be right. They open up. Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so what's missing? Got to be something missing. We've got a few spare inputs, 3 spare inputs out of 4. So we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2. We're using 8 outputs, 8 inputs. We've got some spare inputs we can use as triggers. So we're in FLT mode now. So we give it a signal. Request the normal mode. Request a crossing. Right. So it goes on to crossing. Let's release the barriers close, switches over, the gates are unlocked so you can navigate through the gates, and then switches back again. Yeah, switches back, that opens up. Yeah, it looks alright. Looks alright. Right. Need to build up a circuit with actual switches and stuff next stage. But this, let's just do another scenario. So we've got to open there. We need some Boolean here on the back of this in case something goes wrong. We need a bit of Boolean to say if this is green, no way can this be red, and so on and so forth. Need to do some more simulations. I'll carry on for a bit. Right, so what are we missing? Are we missing anything? Need to be missing something. So we've got 4 traffic lights. Yeah, so we've got 4 traffic lights. Red, green, red, green. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 traffic lights, but they're doubled up. So we've got 4. Okay, barrier opens. 2 separate controls for barrier open. Okay, so we request a sequence. They'll time out. I've switched over and we're done. But that won't switch over. Go straight to that. Okay, so then we traverse it. We need a timer to, an overriding timer we need in case it's left and nobody traverses the system. Alright, so that's what we need. In case someone initiates it but doesn't never go through. So if someone does that and doesn't finish the sequence, so we've swapped over. We're not on green, although they will be on green when they're shut. Yeah. So if that happens and nobody finishes the sequence off, it's going to be stuck on red. Now the guy isn't. If someone presses it, they need to go through the sequence. They need to have an overriding timer to complete the sequence. If the sequence never gets completed, what happens here if you trigger that? You get an impulse and it starts counting down again, but it's already in this mode. Yeah, so it's still going to wait for the gates to be opened. And gone through. Right, so they're going to be shut. Is it going to switch over? That's not switched over. Why is it not switched over? Because because it's triggered there. That's never going to trigger now, is it? No, that's permanently on. So we need to initiate another push. Right, so do that. And that's already on, yeah. Right, so we're in that mode. Okay, so we traverse the system. Alright, these close. Okay, so we've gone down there. Right, we've done something wrong somewhere. Done something wrong somewhere? Where the system was traversed. Oh, we need to close them too. Alright, so we close them too. We're still stuck. It's waiting for, what's it waiting for? I don't know. This is still set, so I need to reset. Right, so as soon as we press that, it switches over because everything is good. And we've transversed. Yeah, so we're on green, we need to traverse. We're counting out. Is it going to switch? It's not switched. Why is it not switched? We've got a permanent signal here, so let's clear the signal. It's counting up. We're on here. We're on again. Okay, so we're down, we're on, so we need to End the sequence. Right, is it gonna trigger us? No. Right, so we're stuck on red. Something is stuck. Why have we got stuck? Stuck somewhere. Right, so we're stuck. We're not on. So is that all that? We've got a permanent reset on here. The minute, cause for what reason though? The barriers are down. That's why. Barriers are down because yeah, they will be down because they've not got a permanent signal yet. Okay. Right. Don't know. So we've got a flag raised. We've traversed the walkway. So, but it's not activated going back to, for whatever reason, we're on red. Right, so let's try a reset on there. Have we switched over to that? No. Okay, so we go through. It starts to count down. Can we get to switch? Oh, because we've got a permanent signal here on this one still. Right, not sure about that. We've got a permanent signal. So we're in a stuck state. So how can we get this out of this stuck state? It's counting again. It can never, while this is triggered. So how do we clear that trigger? By doing that, yeah. And it's already switched straight over, yeah, fair enough. Okay. So then we traverse it. And we're going to switch the state. No, we've got a permanent signal here. We're not switching over. So what have I forgot? What we're doing? Yeah, it can't switch over to FLT while these are down. Because they're, yeah, so it will never go to FLT while these are down. So if I switch them off, it still hasn't gone over to FLT. So I need to do something here. It needs to switch to, but we can't, all them, let's give it one of them. Right, so they're not down. Still hasn't switched. Oh, we're stuck. Seemed to work so well just a minute at the start. Right, so okay, so we're in this limbo state. These will be down. Give that a pulse. So we're going straight over to that because we're okay. It's counting down anyway. Alright, so we're in this sequence. So we'll go like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. It'll count back down, and will it switch to FLT? No. It can't switch to FLT because what is the reason? Because we've got a permanent output here. So we've got an ore on the pulse. And we need one more line to it by the looks of it. So we've got a flag set up there. It's a weird one. Anyway, we're going to end it there for today because that's my shift over with. And thanks for watching, and I'll sort this out. We may need another line to reset this flag based on something. So I'll leave it at that for now. And that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. See you on one of my projects later on. Bye-bye.